Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman, coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. And we're going to stay in the Lansing area. But by staying in the Lansing area, we reach manufacturers all over the state of Michigan. And we do that through John Walsh. He is the president and CEO of the Michigan Manufacturers Association. John, it's always good to see you. How you doing?
Doing great, Chris, and thanks for having me on today.
Listen, let's spill it to everybody who maybe doesn't know about MMA, what you guys are and what you do.
So our primary reason for being founded 120 years ago was to do advocacy at the state and local level, try to create the best environment for manufacturers to thrive here in Michigan and employ lots and lots of people, like 620,000 Michiganians at the present time. Over time, I'm sorry.
That's a pretty good number.
We're very proud of it, very, very proud. And then we provide services for our members. It's very helpful to smaller manufacturers in terms of aggregating insurance and other products. But all of our members make use of our work in the workforce solutions area, trying to bring more people into manufacturing and training those that are there already. So that sums up why we exist. And we have just shy of 1,900 members across the state.
Wow, that's a lot. And I want to remind everybody too that a lot of your members, probably the vast majority, are classified as small business.
Yeah, close to 70% are 100 employees or less.
Yeah. So you got to remember, when you speak manufacturing, you're not just talking about General Motors, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
All right. So let's talk about what are the issues. You mentioned advocacy. What are the things you're working on these days?
So right now we're keeping a close eye on the budget. The governor had put into her budget some things that we do find very helpful and we're thankful for, and that is a research and development credit. So it's working its way through the legislature, but then there's a budgetary aspect to it as well, as you can imagine, and that would help all size of businesses to tap into some assistance. What we want to do is always stay on the cutting edge, be in front. So we were happy with that. And then we're keeping a good close eye on economic development incentives. There's always a balance to be had. What's to be spent to keep and attract businesses here in a responsible way. And we believe the governor's recommendations were there, but we're also working with Senator McMorrow and other folks, both Republican and Democrat, in both chambers to find the right package that we think gets businesses here, but does it in a responsible way. So we're focused on that. From a legislative standpoint, it's a little slow in the legislature. They're focused on the budget. They're waiting for a couple of special elections. But I think afterwards, we'll start to hear some discussion about a new paid leave proposal from the governor. We are against it at the present time as submitted, but we remain ready to work with her and the legislature to see where we go from here.
Well, there's always a lot of challenges out there, as a matter of fact. John, off the top of your head, what percentage of your manufacturers do any exporting?
So this can be a swag, a serious wild ass guess, but I would say more than 75%. They are very active, surprisingly worldwide, from the largest to the smallest 25-person tool and die in the UP, shipping things all over the world.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because we are out there with our tentacles from a manufacturing standpoint, and manufacturing United States still is a wonderful brand.
Yeah, it sure is. It means a lot. And when we'll talk to people that are expatriates from other countries that are here, and they'll tell you repeatedly how amazing our culture of creativity is.
So let's talk about the talent issue, because everybody's affected with that. It still remains number one, after 3.5 years, just being edged out in there by inflation by 0.5 point. But now back again on top. Are your folks able to get people?
What we're hearing is they're seeing more applicants, which is good news. Just 1.5 years, 2 years ago, it was maybe one applicant for one posting. Now it is several to 10. And people are staying longer, so that's huge news. But what we're working on and promoting is that manufacturing is stable, good pay, interesting work, and clean environments to get young people interested, and we're having some headway with that.
Well, along those lines, we ran into you at the Rosie the Riveter Day. Let's talk a little bit about women and their importance in manufacturing.
They are important. I went to the event and it was wonderful. It was last year. It's getting bigger. Every year, we're glad to be a co-sponsor of it. And when you look at our population and what's occurred since World War II, there are women at every level in manufacturing, and we're happy for that. That's the way it should be. Good hard work should be available. Good paying hard work, interesting work should be available to all folks, and we're seeing that. So it was great to go to Rosie the Riveter Day because there was a huge transformational shift for the industry during World War II.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it was taken over by women for the most part on the lines, etc. So
Absolutely.
we're not going to take issue with the quality that the women bring because they have so many qualities that we, in many cases, don't have.
Indeed.
Yeah, there you go. John Walsh, thanks so much for joining us. John's the president and CEO of the MMA, Michigan Manufacturers Association in Lansing, Michigan. We'll talk to you again soon. Keep up the good work, John. Good luck with that legislative task.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman.